Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. I am scrapbooking by lantern and window light today. Our power is out. It is Labor Day, about noon, and hopefully we should have power back by, one report says 3, one says 7, so we will see. Thankfully the weather's nice and mild. We don't need either heat nor air. And even when our power is out here, we still have water, which is different from where we used to live, so that's a bonus. So here's what I am doing. My original plan was to print some specific photos for some Scraptember and also Ginger's Corner Around the World hop, because I had plans all nicely laid out for combining those, so I had to kind of pivot. So I'm still doing day 2 of Scraptember, which is to use enamel dots, and I am using the prompt from Ginger's Corner for create an everyday layout with 3 distinct clusters with 3 enamel dots each, small, medium, large. Use stitching, real or faux. If I have power by the time I am done, I will use the sewing machine for some real stitching. Otherwise, I will probably just do some faux stitching on this one because I have a couple projects I want to get done today, and I don't think I have time for real stitching. So, here is what I am working with. You know how Scrapbook Generation, or maybe you don't, has like a free kit the first weekend of every month if you place an order of a certain size. I got this one probably 2 years ago, maybe a little more. It comes with a sketch and a photograph of the layout, how it's supposed to look with what they've sent you. I don't think I can show those, even though I didn't buy it, it was still provided by them, so I don't think I can share that. I'm not positive. But here is what I have. I have 2 pieces of, I think this seems like basil cardstock in an off-white color. There's lots of Echo Park by Lori Whitlock in here. So I have cut out this for my title, Leaves Are Falling, Autumn is Calling. Here's my pictures. These were taken last fall, last October, and some of them were at a park near here. One was at our house, and I think I took this after church one evening. Let's check. Nope, this was near home. All right, so this must be looking across at the neighbor's house, is my guess. But no, we don't have lights like that here, so I think the label on the back is wrong. I think I took this outside our church building one evening last fall, and that was so pretty. And I also have one of a cookout we had that month too. So I have a couple other little cut apart things. I have some strips here that I've cut. There's the back of this cut apart sheet. There's this really pretty pumpkin viney one. And let's see, the back of that is this nice dark brown. So that's what I am working on. Here's my enamel dots for later. I am going to go ahead and plan what's going to go where. The sketch does not show matting the photos that are going to be on the left page, so I'm debating about that. I don't usually do unmatted photos, but I might for this one. So I will figure out what I'm doing and be back shortly, and maybe by then I won't need the lantern. So the power is back on, so I was able to turn off the lantern that was killing my eye. And at first I put this strip down. I guess you can't tell in the video, maybe I cut that part out, but I had it in the wrong place, so I had to move it. But I wanted the brown background the way it is in the sample, the photo of the page that they Scrapbook Generation sent. So I moved things a little bit and put the brown paper down, and I add brown to the other side as well. And I end up cutting a 4x6 piece of the same brown and putting it in the middle of those pages. It just didn't look right with the cream color there. It was I don't know why, it just bothered me. So I put this one on the far left and just leave a little border of that creamy yellowish color. And I add a third piece of this diagonal stripe. One of my favorite papers to work with is a multicolor stripe. Especially if I'm building a kit from my stash. If I have a paper like that, then I just pull the colors from there and it's really helpful for me. So here's where I decided I want 4x6 pieces in the middle of each page. So at first I thought I only needed one piece of 4x6. I'm not sure why I was thinking that, but there I have one, and then I end up going back and having to cut the other, but that's okay. So I have that done. I'm just putting 2 3x4 cards there on the left. You'll see in a few minutes that I remove the one with the big acorn and I decide on something different for there. But for right now, that's what I have. I didn't have, like, the sketch that they have in the sample picture that they sent shows lots of embellishments up and down the vertical columns on the right, but I didn't have those. They must not have come in the kit. This was at least 2 years ago that I got this, maybe more. So I've kind of lost track. It's possible that they were in there and I used them on something else. But I decided to do some journaling about why I love fall, and that's what goes in this little piece of lined paper. And then I went to my stash. I went to my box where I keep some fall related swaps and other things, and that's what I pulled out. There is a swap there that I'm going to replace that acorn with. I would give credit to whom credit is due, but it looks like where they signed on the back, it got messed up with some glue or something, so I can't read it. But I do love this. If you happen to see the video and it is yours, please let me know. And I also pulled some acetate from 49 and Market. I think it's the one that says Orchard in the title, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, see, the name is written down there, but something has smeared it, so I just can't read it, and I'm very sorry. But I love that pretty tag. It is just right for this page. So I decided to add a few frames to kind of create bases for a cluster. And I didn't have a whole lot. So my clusters are basically acetate leaves and frames, a couple word stickers, the enamel dots that were required for here. And then I decided to add a honeybee wax seal. It is not one of the better wax seals that I have made as far as being even, but it is really pretty and I just decided to use it anyway. The color of it is perfect for the layout, so I decided it doesn't matter that the edges are uneven and it doesn't look that great. There is a neighbor dog barking up a storm, maybe 2 neighbor dogs. I am sorry if you can hear that. I apologize. I do have my windows open because it's such a gorgeous day here. I guess I should have closed them. So now I'm adding the enamel dots that were required as part of Ginger's Corner scrapbooking around the world hop that she and many are doing in September. I will have links to that in her group in the description box below so that you can see what others are doing. If I can add my video to the playlist, I will do that and share the playlist below as well. And I'll do the same for Scraptember. And then stitching was also required for Ginger's Around the World Hop for this one. And let's see. It says create an everyday layout with 3 distinct clusters with 3 enamel dots, small, medium, and large, and use stitching. And this is based on a book called Eyes on the Flies by Dr. Brian Lessard. I've never read the book. I don't have a clue what it's about or why these things came from that book. I'm just following along with the prompt. So here's my stitching. I decided to just do a little bit of stitching in 2 opposite corners. bottom left and top right. And I just did kind of a semicircle or a quarter circle of holes for the stitching to go through, and created these little stitched, I don't know, fan shaped things, I guess. The one in the upper right is a little bigger than the one in the bottom left. The bottom left turned out better because since I was going through the same hole over and over, the extra times in the top right kind of messed up that little top hole, but I don't think once it's all in a page protector that anybody will see that. So there we go, that part's done. And now I'm going to do the other piece. Oh, no, I am done. I decided I needed to glue these down. I had only put them in the center in case I was going to be tucking things underneath. And then I will add the honeybee wax seal. I'd used both some liquid glue as well as those little sticky dot things. I can't think what they're called, but they're on this roll. They did not want to come off of there, so I ended up using my little pokey tool to get them off. So I figure between the two different adhesives, it should stay put. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm really happy that you're here. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you've stopped by. I do have some new subscribers lately, so I'm really happy about that. That's always exciting to open up YouTube and see a little notification that you have a new subscriber. If you are one of my regular subscribers, thanks for being here and thank you for your continued support. I'm really grateful for that. There are still shots coming up, and I will have information about these two hops in the description box. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would love to get a thumbs up or a comment from you, and I hope that you get to scrapbook something on your own very soon. Bye-bye.